Welcome to Titans This Week. I'm your host, Abby Sherlock, and in this installment, we'll be looking back to the Titans' last match as they look for payback in this second Battle of Canada. With a chance of redemption coming up so quick, the Titans made a move that bolstered their DPS lineup by signing of a 7th player. Flex DPS Shockwave joined the Titans and could not be happier to be making the bold jump into OWL play. Let's get to know about the Titans' newest addition.
Hello, my name is Niklas. I'm from Denmark. I'm 19 and I play Flex DPS for Vancouver Titans.
We'll control in the back, lands the sticky bombs. Great stuff from Shockwave, and now ready to go in. Bath in his sight. Shockwave on a roll. More sticky bombs from above. Gets the duplicate. Shockwave putting on an Echo masterclass here.
Started playing the game, I think it's season 1. I think I played in like plat or something, or whatever it's called back then, 40 something ranked. I usually played with Danish mates and I would play way more casually, but I definitely got to a point where I was like, I was better than so many of my friends. At some point, around Goats meta, I think, I started screaming and ringing for people and stuff. So then I started like really playing the game. You know, on ladder I got pretty high and I could like outcompete some people on ladder. Right after I graduated, I figured I would give it a shot and just go all in. I took the offer, and with this team, you know, and the situation like it happened to happy pretty fast, you know, mid-season as well. We clicked really good actually on the team. Like I'm actually positively surprised. Hopefully my in-game skills can bring some better results.
And now you're down your Orisa in this conference. It's really hard to bring it back. Shockwave good try in the back, gets up 2. And suddenly, still hope here for the Titans. Shockwave, free damage onto the Orisa. Still alive, building no charge all the while. Chases it down. Is Shockwave gonna get 4? This is nuts.
With some time to practice and to get to know each other better and become more close, we can definitely beat some teams. My family, at the start, they were, I wouldn't say strict, but I definitely had like some deals and agreements where some of my friends were more free to go with gaming and stuff. At the end of my school and graduation, like I made it clear that I wouldn't drop out and I would finish school first, because I've already been going there for like 2 years. It would feel like a waste. So I made sure that I would finish that. I think that definitely like made them somewhat more happy about the situation than me just like dropping everything and, you know, gambling on going pro in Overwatch. And of course, when I made it to the league now, I mean, they're really happy. Generally, I want to prove that even though you haven't been there from the start in Overwatch, you can still get there if you really like dedicate yourself. Because I feel like with the league system, it hasn't really seen like that many new and fresh players. I'm a rookie. I mean, I hope to prove myself.
And he decided to respond. Dalton, though, down on the other end. So now it's got to be all Shockwave once more. He's going to get the finish there, 90% towards duplicate. And Shockwave again, a one-man rampage into the back. Deals with the supercharger, has the duplicate. And they might not need Dalton here in this fight. Carib, no transcendence available. And Shockwave, you cannot give him this much room.
I always thought of me being Glaive from Astralis, coming into the team and turning the ship around. I have that like very big clutch factor. Sometimes I might do some more flashy plays, I guess.
Dalton's done enough. He deserves a little nap here. Huge opening picks from him. Pretty much secure this offense. And the Orisa Sigma getting momentum like this can be really dangerous. So the Defiant, they've got to be very cautious, especially in the next fight. It looks like this is all over.
I've never really had like a big fan base like this. It's a bit weird for me, but I think I'm a pretty funny guy. So overall, if you don't bring results, I mean, I guess I'll bring a good mood. If that can help in some ways.
The Titans were not the only ones making changes before this matchup. The Defiant were able to pick up tank player and OWL veteran Numlocked. Having previously played in the Overwatch League, Numlocked returns with a wide amount of experience on a variety of tanks. Numlocked fortifies their current tank lineup while adding a great deal of leadership to the Defiant's roster. One of the key pieces missing from the Defiant roster was having someone who could be vocal and command their team. While the team has many talented players, many fit into the role of being a passive communicator. So how did the Titans fare this time around? Let's take a look in our Titans recap.
You see Dalton's just trying to pepper them from the back line here, cause a bit of distractions. He's going to pull attention away to him, almost able to get a kill, but the follow-up is there. Numlocked will fall. Nice little halt pulls them all together. Toronto Defiant immediately losing 2, but they're going to even it out and even cap up the point. Good start for the Defiant, as well as Nevix and Logic's just causing mayhem, shredding the opposition, and there we go. Kills. They're trying to stall it out. They're doing a pretty good job of keeping the overtime going. Now we see Bob coming back in. This could be a bit of a turnaround for them. Numlock's moving over to the wrecking ball as well, just to try and stall it. Bob, though, gets shredded, melted onto the point, sent straight back to the scrapyard, and the follow-up is here. Toronto Defiant might just be clutching this one up. They've got the stall. They traded out, but now the Transcendence. The Vancouver Titans desperately using any ults they've got at their disposal. Gravitic Flux sent out here as KSA just trying to send the players up and packing back down again. The supercharger will be enough, the nail in the coffin. I like this. If he gets a cheeky little boop, he could be in the money. Would you even need the boops?
Oh, there we go!
Yes, you do. There you go.
Welcome back to the Overwatch League, Numlocked. You're in the hole.
That's brutal. But that's one of those things you just got to read. If you don't see the Orisa, you got to be aware. They may have the right here in the back line. Tries to go for the one clip. The post bomb will miss. Recalls away. But there is enough of a follow-up here to take out Surefall, which is a decent start for them. As good as an opening as any. Bob now to try and stall this point up, Josh.
Yeah, a huge opening pick, and Shockwave has been incredibly good so far in this map. It's unusual to think that Shockwave could move over from having...
Shockwave did make the move over to the Widowmaker as well, just to see if he can clutch this up. It's not ideal. You don't put out as much consistent damage compared to the Ashe, and you are quite vulnerable to dives, as you can see just there. So it looks like the Toronto Defiant are actually in a pretty solid position right now. Taking himself out, it could have been that he tried to coach gun and accidentally sent himself off the edge. I'd like to see a replay of that one, because right now, this is looking entirely the way of Toronto Defiant. The overtime just ticking down. Able to refresh it as Karka switched over to the Lucio just to connect onto the point, but no one, I think, will be able to touch. That's going to be an equal recontest this one, pushing into Toronto Defiant are currently sitting at a hefty advantage. For Shockwave, finding these opening picks is exactly what they need. You see Cruz just really dancing with death a little bit here. He has the Immortality field down, but it's now faded. Holt used to pull Shockwave off of the high ground, but he has a grapple again, and the headshot puts in enough damage for Shredlock to clean up. Numlocked. And that's pretty good, actually, for the Vancouver Titans. They're going to be able to cap this one back over.
Their tanks are so weak, though. Their tanks are incredibly weak, both KSA and Shredlock. And despite the fact that Shredlock invested his ultimate here, I feel like there's opportunity for Toronto to...
This is probably going to be curtains, as Karka switches over to the Lucio just to try and touch. Keeps the overtime going for a short while. Stall heroes now for the Vancouver Titans, Josh, but I think this might just be done.
Yeah, and it feels so good to have Logic's back on Tracer. The Lord of Tracking is back in the building. Dalton...
They needed some stats. That's what they need to do, man. Like, I would be no
Yeah, they're actually working around the right-hand side. They're attempting to go into Snipes Ramus at the moment, but KSA is stopping them. This was an insane play. This guy's been so good. So good for the Titans so far.
Oh, man.
That's true. There's no waffle mode available today.
Man, you gotta be able to pick alcohol so you can shoot waffles. You can't even shoot waffles, man.
Well, waffle mode being unavailable, I think, might have hurt the Vancouver Titans a little bit there. They had the Transcendence to be able to block the Gravitic Flux coming out from Nevix, but Toronto came back in. They're looking pretty good here to be able to cap point A.
Man, what type of gun is that? Oh my goodness.
It's called a fusion cannon, I think, actually. It's one of the few guns in the game.
I don't know. Matrix, little window, pumping in the damage. Kariv has to use his Transcendent. He's going invulnerable, healing his team up, but it seems like the Vancouver Titans are coming out on top. Must be that spice magic.
Oh, stop at the vending machine.
It's an arcade machine, I think. We're in a... Oh, no, there is a vending machine over there as well.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, but
exactly, man, never go against a fat dude, man. I know what I'm talking about.
One that's taking place all over the place. It's chaos. It's pandemonium spice. Dynamite's going to get sent in. Not much time left. Toronto Defiant making it work, though. Only a couple of seconds remaining. They're getting the picks they need, but Dalton might be able to catch this one up, though, for the Vancouver Titans. He's found 2 kills, 3 kills for him. No one's able to touch, really, though. And now we see the overtime coming over. KSA on the ball.
He's trying to stop this car in its tracks right now, but Nevic's going to try and turn this one around so low, but the Gravitic Flux ends up going out, gets 2 kills for his team. Dalton still alive though. Gets the stick as well to fade away, not good enough. It's going to be the Toronto Defiant. The candles. No harm done. There you go. Zyke.
Uh-oh, come on, 97%. Here we go.
He's destroying it, 99%. He's almost got that ultimate available to him. The pulse bomb comes out. Doesn't get anything done with it though. Toronto Defiant, they're closing this one up. They're going to try and clutch it now. The Vancouver Titans, they put down the amplification matrix. They're sending the people in, but it is all sure for in the kill feed right now. It's collecting names, collecting heads, if you will. And that is going to be a completion. They get all 3 capture points in the end. Spice. It's true social distancing. No one else in the park, I guess. Should be admitting to breaking into the theme park, Spice. But here we go. Don gets the pulse bomb. He's cracked it wide open. And there you go. Vancouver Titans. They take this capture and they're going to get it.
And you've never had a slushie.
I don't look like an egg. You're thinking of Josh.
Oh,
Josh
yeah.
is Lex Luthor looking dude.
Yeah, that's me that looks like an egg Spice.
Listen, I know.
Oh, man. You're right. I can't.
It's okay. It's okay. All British people, we look the same. We sound the same. Except I've still got a hair and I don't look like I'm approaching 40. That's the difference maker.
You said we was going to have this problem. And sure enough, we did. I'm sorry, Josh, but you still look like an egg.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is your favorite. This is your favorite time, Spice. It's squeaky bum time for the Vancouver Titans fans.
Squeaky bum! Squishy bum!
No, not squishy.
Sweaty bum time, baby.
The Vancouver Titans, they're trying their hardest, bless them.
Come on, baby.
They're trying their hardest. They can feel the cheers of Spice Adams in the background.
What is happening?
The overtime's burning, but Short Force cleaning up, and that is going to be the map. Toronto Defiant taking the win. Force them away out of this corner. They are slowly contesting just a little bit here. I'm surprised that Toronto Defiant don't want to press the advantage anymore, but it appears that they just wanted to clean up a couple of the stragglers behind them, and now they can start to move forward and force them off the point.
I like this patient play, though, from Toronto. They're waiting for Vancouver Titans to push back in. They know that they'll have the shield pressure, and Numlock gets the pick on Shredlock. Shredlock and KSA have honestly been getting worked in the tank neutral by Numlock and Nevix. And I think that how much they're really doing in a fight, but Numlock's doing well, and the tank battle has been going in their way. But Dalton's got something to say about it, sensing the Bob and the Dynamite. And that's that first attack. Absolutely crushed.
Oh my goodness. This one with the Transcendence, they have to initiate in. You can see Rolf just trying to keep his team alive, but it's already faded. They get 1 pick off for it, traded though in the end. It's still a positioning advantage right now for the Toronto Defiant. Gonna be able to cap this one up as soon as they clean up that play, and there you have it. It's gonna be 1 minute split here. The Vancouver Titans on the attack, steadily winning this one, and it is that war of attrition. It doesn't matter if you're fighting ants, the Toronto Defiant, or just general warfare. Sun Tzu can attest to that. All it takes is a small little grain of sand to Snow Defiant have a lot to work with. The Blizzard, as you can see, Zyke waiting. Sends it out, freezes them up. The Immortality Field will not be saving Karkar. He goes down, and that wall was perfect as well. It blocked off the Transcendence healing. An instant pick-off for the Toronto Defiant means their chances of victory go up almost infinitely, Josh.
Yeah, to a huge, huge degree, especially because KSA and Shredlock was so incredibly weak after the Transcendence had faded as well. So, despite the fact that Shockwave's gone under the...
Now you can see the Amplification Matrix was unloaded, Shortfall was out in the open, and he gets brought down, but River's there with the Transcendence to keep his team alive, heal them up, keep them in this fight. Overtime burning now. Last-ditch effort for the Vancouver Titans, and they found the pick-offs necessary. Everyone is falling. The Vancouver Titans may have just done this. In their moment of need, Shockwave was the one to open it up, and they are going to be able to get that final capture. Amplification Matrix is going to be forcing Toronto away, but if they work their way into the line of sight now, it could be curtains for them. A lot of ultimates being used now. The Blizzard unloaded. Could be anyone's game. You can see Roth comes back into the fight here with the Transcendence, but Shawfer on the high ground is doing damage, destruction, raining it down on his opponents, and the Bob is the cherry on top. Bob v Bob action, but Bob was not there to defend the point, and that is going to be the Toronto Defiant taking the map and taking...
Shockwave is a breath of fresh air for the Titans as they found the piece that allowed them to create a sense of identity as a team. Shockwave at moments looked to dismantle the Defiant almost on his own, and although the Titans came up short, the coaching staff were very pleased with how the team played and how much growth the Titans have shown. With a solidified direction and play style for the team to build off of, we will look to see more calculated and aggressive plays coming out from the Titans side.
For me, I think one of the best takeaways was the post-match, and it was, like after we come off a loss like that, it was like, a lot of players had their piece to say, a lot of the coaches had their piece to say, and there was a lot of growth when we were talking after the match, and we came into scrims this week, and it was, you could already see the difference, and people were, 150%. I think that's kind of like the best takeaway.
I'm also just excited that we're in a position now where we're shooting ourselves in the foot. We're not, we're so close, like we're closer than ever. So,
yeah.
If you're shooting yourself in the foot, that means you were almost there.
With the loss, the Titans fell to 2-8 on the year, however. They were riding a real high with the emergence of new flank plays and the ability to execute their offensive style. The Titans continue to refine their current team foundation, and we will see improvement throughout the rest of the season. The upcoming schedule for the Titans provides a real opportunity for the team to pick up confidence. The Titans match up against the Dallas Fuel this weekend as the team looks to improve their placing going into the summer showdown. The Dallas Fuel haven't been doing the best recently, dropping one spot in the Overwatch League power rankings. They will once again have to look to Decay for a strong MVP performance in this series. The Titans will need to focus on dealing with his aggression and Widowmaker plays if they are to win this battle. With the last series ending in a tough loss, the Titans will get an immediate chance to make changes and improvements over the past 2 weeks to further push themselves forward and get that all-needed win for the upcoming Summer Showdown. The renewed hope for the Titans rests on the quick emergence of Shockwave. His ability to step in and play a disruptive and aggravating role allowed the team to be flexible and make coordinated pushes. Not only did he have a dominant performance throughout the series, but he also had the highest solo kills during the match. What might be the most exciting thing about Shockwave, though, is the fact that he had little to no time to integrate into the Vancouver Titans system before the first 2 Toronto matches, and he was still a dominant force. Now, with time to learn and adapt to his teammates, the Titans will look to him as a shot caller, coordinating more precise attacks and advanced strategies that were missing leading up to this point in the season. Even though the series didn't end up going the way of the Titans, it was a match that was a lot closer than most people expected. With the Dallas Fuel up next, let's hear from the coaches on their thoughts and what they're working on going into this matchup.
Practice this past week has been very beneficial for us. I mean, it's growth in every aspect, not just mechanical things. I think obviously we focus a lot on teamwork, and we have been, but it was the first time in a few weeks where I felt like that 150, 200% energy from everybody.
So going into Fuel, we know they have a very strong DPS and tank line, and their backline is pretty decent too, but they did just get a new player. So we know that'll be the weakest part of their team, so we're looking to exploit that a lot.
Thanks for getting caught up with Titans this week. Be sure to tune in this Saturday at 6 p.m. as the Titans take on the Dallas Fuel, and come back here for more news and in-depth analysis of your Vancouver Titans. I'm your host, Abby Sherlock, and I'll see you soon.